Hello Rito! Today, we're going to get through the whole Rito Phenomena as fast as possible. We'll start from the beginning of Rito Village all the way to quest complete. We're not going to go through any shrines, not collect that many items, nor defeat enemies we don't need to. Of course, you can do these things if you'd like, but I basically want to show you what's necessary to do and how to do it quickly. There are no glitches, but there are a few little tricks that we're going to do. Assuming you don't make any major mistakes, you should be able to do this within 30 minutes. When you first try to get to the Rito Village, you'll see this broken bridge, and it says wingless visitors cross at your own peril. You'll see this girl standing by this fireplace. Talk to her and she'll basically tell you that you can use a pine cone on the fire to create an updraft. Then you can ride the updraft to the island. And then make your way across all the way up to Rito Village. There is a treasure chest here, you can get it if you want to. Once you get to the main island, you can make your way to the right side. If you'd like, there is a shrine here. So you can do the shrine if you'd like to. There's also a Korok seed right outside the shrine. And in the front, there's a goddess statue if you need to use it. But besides that, we're going to make our way all the way to the top. And then we're going to talk to Tulin and Teba. They're going to talk, they're probably saying some important stuff about that big tornado thing at the top. And there's a whole bunch of ships there, and we need to go there. But before we go there, we need to go get Tulin, who flew away. So the first place to go is fly all the way down to where you see the fire. You can make it by paragliding to this little island, and then paragliding across all the way down there. There's some stuff on the outside, but the main thing is to go inside and talk to Hearth. He basically tells you that you need to go get Tulin. But before we get Tulin, I'm going to climb this mountain and I'm going to open this tower. Having this tower open will help because you can see the map. But also, it's going to help because you're going to be in the sky. And when you're in the sky, you need to travel northeast to this little block. And if you look outside the map, you're going to see a single tree on a mountain. You can go straight there if you'd like. Once you get to this tree, you'll see Tulin. And Tulin's going to complain because his Arrokuda has his bow. But now Tulin will accompany you, and he will allow you to use his ability. He blows a horizontal gust of wind, and he can help you travel farther when you're using the paraglider. Now use the paraglider and use Tulin's ability to get across to the other side and defeat the Arrokuda. By the way, you'll notice as I'm using the ability, I will take off the paraglider and turn it back on. This will allow you to go a little faster and farther. That's a little trick that you can do. It's called Tulin pumping. After the Arrokuda is defeated, they'll drop 3 bokoblins. You can fight them. You can simply throw an ore if you'd like. Just make sure you keep a ruby if you don't already have one. And if you don't have one, I'm sorry, you need to go back to Rito Village and buy yourself some gear because it's going to get really cold when you get really high. Now, Hearth will stop by and basically tell Tulin that he's allowed to go in the blizzard now, even though he wasn't allowed to go before. So you need to go take Tulin with you to the highest point of Hebra Mountain. Just follow along this path and use Tulin's ability to help you get across to the other side. This is a pretty straightforward path. You just follow the structures that are there. You'll just have to climb a bit, use ascend, climb a bit, mostly just climbing, and using Tulin's ability to help you go farther forward. Hearth is here, you can talk to him to move the story forward, or you can just jump across and continue. Now the climb all the way up to the top of the blizzard, this should take you maybe 5 to 10 minutes if you do not care about getting everything, and if you just go straight through the climb, which I'll show you. So the intended way for this is to jump across to that little island, and then climb your way all the way up to the top, then jump back up here to this side. But instead, you can take these 2 blocks, climb the 2 blocks, and then ascend up to the top. And then ascend again. Continue to follow the path. You're going to learn about these boats. They basically allow you to bounce and travel vertically. Right away, you'll see a shrine. I'm not going to do the shrine, but you can activate it at least so you can fast travel here if you need to. Again, there's a lot that I'm going to skip. I'm going to go straight through this climb. So it's pretty straightforward, and I'll let you know if there's anything specific that could be annoying or there might be some notes. If you see a boat, bounce on the boat. And after this first boat, you can see 2, directions you can go to. Go to the one on the left. Just get the blocks, stack them on top of each other, and then climb them. And then we're going to ascend up this column. And then just continue moving forward. Again, you'll see another boat. Just use the boat to bounce. You'll see here, there is a flux construct down there if you want to defeat it. There's an item to the right if you want to get that, but we're going to break these rocks. Hey, look, there's a boat. Something happened here, a little glitch. I don't know why I flew diagonally, but it's going to bring you straight up, and then you go to this little island. You climb up the stairs. Hey, look, there's ice. If you break the ice... Oh, look, there's a boat under that. Use that boat to fly across all the way to the next boat. Again, you're just following along the path. This is a little rest stop. There's some fish and mushrooms. You can cook them if you'd like. I'm cooking them. Ignore what I'm doing. This does not help you at all. Continue following the path. You probably have to ascend through this one. As you move forward, you'll see some enemies. Again, you can defeat them if you need. or just skip them and continue running forward. This last group, you might need to defeat because you need to make a little Zonai device to help you climb, and they can bother you if you don't defeat them. This little device that we're going to make, we're going to use this balloon on the platform and then put this flame emitter in the balloon, and then we're going to use this platform to go up. Depending on your battery, you might make it up to the top, but either way, you can just jump down here and then ascend through the column. After you jump on this boat, you'll see two other boats that you could use to help you get across to the other side, but you should be able to make it with Tulin. You're going to see this ice, break the ice, and look, another boat. And up here, there's another shrine. However, here, Tulin's going to stop you because it's too cold. I was not paying attention and I ate this food that's not really going to help. But instead, I'm going to use the ruby and fuse it to my shield, and that's going to help me resist the cold along with the Zonai boots that I'm wearing. Again, I'm not going to do the shrine, I am going to activate it. Now for this part, you're going to see multiple boats. You're going to use the boats to get farther and farther. And you'll also see these tiny islands. So use Tulin to get to the islands. Use the boats to hop onto one another and climb as high as possible. So you're basically going from island to island and boat to continue the climb. I just suggest going counterclockwise around this blizzard because you're going towards the boats are coming towards you. So you're not chasing any boats. And eventually you'll make it to the top and you'll have this beautiful scene where the storm stops because you've gone so high. And then when you're here, just drop into the middle of the storm, and then you've made your way into the Wind Temple. Once you activate this Zonai circle, it'll give you a teleport section. And then it'll try to open this gate, but you can't. So there are 5 switches that you need to do in this dungeon in order to move forward. Heed my words. And here I'm going to show you how to basically get through the dungeon in less than 10 minutes. I'm going to show you how to go directly to the 5 switches, and you need Tulin's ability to do that. So the first one we're going to go is right behind you. There is a gate here, but I'm going to show you a little trick. You're going to stand at the corner. I'm going to use a throw button just so you can see better. You're going to aim for the back of the little tube. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to Tulin to start the ability, stand at the corner, aim for the back of the tube, and then press A again to use Tulin's Gust. And if you aim correctly, it'll allow you to activate the little tube. From here, we're going to jump off the right side. You're going to see this ice hole. Go break the ice and jump through. And then continue north. And then on this little turny thing, it's kind of obvious. You're going to use recall to make it go backwards. And it's going to bring you to the other side. Now, when you're on the other side, you're going to see these gears, and one of them isn't turning. That gear will allow the other gear to turn and open the door. Above you, you're going to see these icicles. Use the icicle and ultra hand it to one of the little X plus gears in the middle. And then that's going to allow the other gears to turn. The gate will open, and use Tulin's ability to do this switch. From here, we need to go back to the main floor. Now, you can't really use ascend, but if you exit this little room, you're going to see this tiny little bridge. You can ascend up here, and then you can ascend to the main floor. Now, when you're here, the next switch is right here. It's to the right in this tiny room. There's a switch right outside the gate or the door. You can't really pull the switch, so we're going to get this icicle, attach it to the lever. Then we're going to use this to open the gate. Let's go, Tulin. Hurry up. And now use Tulin's ability to do this too. And that makes 3. From here, we need to get really high. So we're going to go in the middle and use the updraft. And we're going to climb the top of this little structure. Defeat the burb. And then open this door, and then you're going to fall through. Now, just so you know, this is me, of course, doing it on purpose, just so you know what happens. If you touch the laser, that door will close. So we're going to leave, and then we're going to drop back down and avoid the lasers this time, because I want to show you the right way, of course. And now we're in this room, and use Tulin's ability here. From here, it's a little tricky. If you fall, you can always fast travel back to the temple. But we're going to drop down to the bottom and then make our way to this boat that's on the west side of the boat. I probably should have mentioned this earlier, but if you make it under the sail, you can ascend through it to get on top of it. Now we're going to go across to the boat and go right under it. Ignore the cannon. You'll know if it's shooting you. And then we made it under the boat. You can defeat this construct, and then you could use Tulin's ability for this turbine. And that makes 5. Now you make it back to the main floor. Because you can't ascend, I'm actually going to go to the very edge here, and then I'm going to ascend it through this ceiling. Or I guess it's a crack. Or a hole in the wall. I suggest saving your game if you need to, but now we're going to activate this Zonai Dragon Circle thing, and the gate will open. We are now in the boss fight with Colgera.
This wind is so strong.
I don't remember getting hit at all the first time I played this, and chances are, maybe you won't. I actually wind up getting hit here, which is weird. But anyway, all you need to do is go on the underside of Colgera, and you need to break the very obvious weak spots. They are covered in ice, so you need to shoot it 3 times. The first 2 to break the ice, and the next 2 to hit its weak spot. Now, if you're far away, you can easily use a wing or a rocket to shoot the arrow as far as possible. If not, you can paraglide to get closer. And what makes this even easier, if you're running out of stamina, if you just start the paraglider again, Link will regain his stamina. and there are 3 weak spots. After you hit all 3 weak spots, you're going to enter phase 2. There's not much difference in phase 2 except these little whirlwind or tornado things. You just use your arrows, use wings if you want to shoot farther to break the ice, and hit the weak spots.
Bad if we weren't careful.
And that's it. That's how you defeat Colgera, the Wind Temple, and the Rito Phenomena. The snow will melt, a heart container will appear, you can grab the heart container, and then the storyline will continue. If this is your first time doing it, I will allow you to experience it for the first time. I won't say anything about the story. After it's done, all the snow in Rito Village will go away, and there will be no more snow for the Rito to be bothered with. You will now get Tulin's ability for the rest of the game, which is probably the best ability. The Rito Phenomena mission has been complete. Congratulations, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you like more Zelda content, I hope you consider subscribing or at least checking out the channel. See you next time!